Joyce Louis-Jean, welcome to Shoulda Films. This is the first episode of the film version of Shoulda Books, where we're talking about movies that have been adapted from films. We are, of course, talking about Wuthering Heights, the 2026 adaptation. I saw it last night. You saw it 2 weeks ago when you were at the premiere.
Yeah, I was at the premiere. Basically, I also work with BuzzFeed Celeb as a celebrity producer, and their team was like, do you guys want tickets to go? And then my whole team was like, yes. So we all got dressed up. I got to see Jacob Elordi in real life.
Oh my God.
And I've already seen Margot Robbie a bunch of times.
Okay,
absolutely
not as special.
Stunning. Yeah, only because I've seen her, but she's absolutely stunning. I think she's like one of the most, like, when I think of like a gorgeous white woman, that's what I think of. But that movie.
Yeah, I'll say it. I did not enjoy it.
I enjoyed it because I'm a gooner. Does that make sense? Like, I enjoyed it.
You know what? It really, really does.
But like just because, I read the books for the first time with you.
Right.
And I just had, it's totally different.
It's so different that it's like, I mean, we're going to talk about it, obviously, because we're here. But it's so different from the book that it's almost not even worth saying it's an adaptation.
It's more of like a fan fiction. It's like an OC in the same universe.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. The original character, she took some of the main characters. She took like one scene in particular, but everything else like is just completely different.
Yeah.
When in a way that like it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Like, because I was so excited for this film because I love the book. So we read this book last year when this podcast was part of Try Guys. It was the second episode we did. It was Wuthering Heights. And I really enjoyed the book. I remember you enjoyed it as well.
I loved it.
And I think that I was really excited for like a faithful-ish adaptation.
Yes.
Because the bones of it are so strong. There
was so much more yearning that I wanted. There was so much more backstabbing. There was such a redemption arc for, what's her name? Catherine? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of a C1T in the book.
Oh my God, she is. Yeah.
You know
in the
what
movie
I'm saying?
too. Yeah.
I think in the movie, it's kind of like, I kind of get her because I'm also an avoidant attachment girly. You know what I'm saying? So I do run away anytime I feel anything. So I understood her. Maybe that's why I'm like, she's just a girl. But in the books, I was like, I'm like,
yeah. And it's like, so I guess we can kind of dive into some of the main ways that it differed from the book. So like, one of the things that I was the most excited for was the element of the unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Because so much of the book, almost all of the book, is Nellie, the servant, telling the story to this guy. And so like that creates all these really interesting dynamics, and you start to realize that like, oh, Nellie's a villain. Like, Nellie fucking sucks. And the movie shows that to some extent, but not to the extent that it could have been.
It's just, okay. And I was going to... The thing is, the gooner in me loved this fucking movie. Okay. But the intellectual... My problem with it was that Heathcliff was made white, right?
Yes.
But the maid was a person of color.
That was so weird, right?
And I'm not Asian, so I can't fight y'all wars. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Whatever the community feels, I'll agree with it. But why was this Asian girl just seen as the jealous, manipulative, evil person stopping this white couple from dry humping? Yeah. Like, I was kind of like, okay, because it's like, it's like the reimagining of the Mammy character, but instead of it being a black person, like it traditionally is in media, it was an Asian person.
Yeah, it was so weird because like the movie clearly was like, okay, we're gonna make an effort to cast, like have a diverse cast, and cast some characters who wouldn't like maybe in the book wouldn't like. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
you didn't need because it's in the text.
It's in the text.
It's in the text that Heathcliff is not white.
Yeah.
And it's like, so to make the choice of like making Heathcliff white and then making another character not white and then like inserting a very clunky backstory.
Yes.
Well, because they were just like, oh, your dad. Remember when your dad is like, you are a bastard. And it was just like, there was so much clunky exposition just across the board.
Like, it's just an intellectual level, guys. Like, when I look at it, it's basically like, fuck the poor dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck the poor guy until money come in the room. You know what? Whatever. Yeah. But like, also the racial dynamics.
Yeah.
Was giving a little bit of Gone by the Wind.
Very much so. Actually, that's a great point because I felt like some of the sets looked like Gone with the Wind.
Yes.
Aesthetically across the board, I did not like the choices that they made.
Yeah.
Like it was, to me, it was kind of in this like uncanny valley between like the real world and something like Poor Things or a Wes Anderson movie, but it couldn't commit to either one.
Exactly.
And so it was like kind of trapped in this world where you would have shots that like, oh, that looks like our world. And then other shots where it's like, that looks like a gingerbread house.
Yes. Like, it was very much like I like to call iPhone historic. Where it looks like they would have an iPhone still. Yeah. Even though it's in the past.
Yeah, that's, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, but the thing is, film-wise, I did like a lot of frames.
Okay.
Like when it was coming down the steps and everything was red. The outfits were, my God!
The outfits were cool.
Black dress.
I liked some of them. Other ones, they were just like, some of the materials were just, again, it was like, it looked like patent leather and like plastic. And it was just like, what are we doing?
That was for the girls in the game. That when she wore that black outfit before getting finger blasted outside, I was like, I need to wear that on my wedding day.
So that, you know, like I said, we could find so many things that were different from the book or blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about the gooning. What were your thoughts on the love story and the yearning, such as it was?
Here's the thing.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this conversation, sign up for the Shoulda Books Patreon, patreon.com/Shoulda Books. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you over there.